Welcome to Amusings with Chelsea and Angie.
I'm Chelsea.
I'm Angie.
What's up, guys? It's Chelsea.
And Angie.
How are y'all this week? Hope
so
it's
fun.
good.
It's hotter than Hades' crotch. Up in here, up in here. Hotter than Hades' crotch. Up in here.
Ain't that the daggum truth?
'Cause it's not only hot, like we're over 100, but it's moist.
Say it again.
Moist.
That is no lie. I kid you not. Okay, guys, if you guys haven't heard from us before, we live in Texas, okay? We are used to dry, hot heat, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And we're okay with that.
Dry heat. Dry. Like a crisp. You get out of the pool, you lay on the lawn chair thing, and it just you dry.
You're crispy.
Yes. Not now where you get out of the pool, lay down, and you just stay wet.
So instead of a crispy chicken leg, we are a baked chicken leg.
No, a soggy chicken leg.
That's why I said bake, because whenever you bake something, you sit it on a paper plate, it gets soggy around the corners. Crispy, you ain't gonna get soggy that quick. You wait a little while.
It's Satan's crotch up in here.
I tell you what, it has been one heck of a week of heat, and we've got another week coming. Hopefully it's not
I hate
moist.
Summer. I hate I didn't used to hate summer, and then it got moist when we started to become Florida, and I don't like it anymore. I used to like it. I don't like it anymore. It's disgusting.
So, it was almost like not even fun being out on the lake. Because, like, we went to the lake this past weekend, and it was just hot.
What? You were
and muggy.
You were at the lake?
I was at the lake. It was hot, and it was muggy, and it was just, ugh. It was awful.
Moisty.
It was awful. And then it got worse as we got, back home, and even us experiencing at work with the AC outage and sweaty windows and sweaty floors and carpet coming up and everything else. It was awful.
Yeah, that brings smells with it.
Yes, why I had to get a Scentsy in my office.
I was like, I don't know. Well, I know what the smell was, but I don't need to smell somebody else's BO.
Amen. Amen. So, anywho, so you watched this weekend.
Well, we're gonna do Stars on Mars,
Stars on Mars
3. But me and my sister have also started watching Crime Scene Kitchen.
Yeah, you were telling me about that, so we'll dive in between our two loves about that.
So, Stars on Mars, episode 3. The team gets a new friend. It's a little robot dog. And it scares, I don't know why it scares Portia so much. She's like, it's coming at me. And I'm like, no, it's just walking. It's a robot. Burp, burp, burp. So the first thing that the computer says is, Lance and Tinashe, please walk the dog. So they go outside and they walk the dog and they're chit-chatting. And she's like, look, I really think I could be a good commander. And he's like, yeah, I see that. And she's like, but... So for some reason, other people just kind of drown me out. And he's like, I would back you up if you were put up for commander. She's like, yeah, okay. So they finish walking the dog. Walking the dog. Then they come back, and it's time to elect a new mission commander.
Dun, dun, dun.
And so when Tinashe comes back from walking the dog, she ends up she sits down and talks to Adam Rippon. Mm-hmm. And she says the same thing, I really want to be commander, I think I'd be good. And he's like, yeah, I agree with you, I think you would be really good. And he's like, I got you, don't worry about it. So then the voting, comes up, and she goes, look, I would like to put myself up for mission commander. And, a couple of people are like, yeah, okay, we can do that. And then Adam, backstabber, goes, I think that Ariel would be a really good mission commander. The look on Tinashe's face was priceless. Like, bitch, did we not just sit down and talk about this, less than 5 minutes ago?
Yeah.
So, everybody, writes down their vote, and Marshawn counts them, and he goes, our new mission commander is Tinashe. And she's like, thanks, guys, woo woo. And I'm like, yeah, no thanks to you, Adam, you jerk. So then, first thing she does is tell Marshawn that he has to get out of the...
Yay!
Yeah. She's like, this is not yours. She walks in there and she's like, yeah, this is nice. And then she moves her stuff in and he leaves. And then she has to assign people, their simple chores. And one was to clean the hab. And the other was take care... Oh, no, they had to go get some fresh food. So they had to go to the biodome and, get a head of lettuce and some carrots for maybe a salad to go with their food.
Okay. And
so they did that. And then they went to sleep. And then a alarm goes off. Surprise! Yep. They wake up to an emergency alarm and have to evacuate the hab due to a fire in the biodome, which is their greenhouse.
Dun dun dun.
So everybody gets out, and some people they would be dead if it took them this long. Because that the people in the control room that are controlling all the fire and stuff are going, okay, Annie, yep, we'll wait till they get out. Yep, still waiting. Yep, I think they're putting their exosuits on. Yep, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm like, you better get your shit on. I mean, you know how firemen get their, just hop in? And yes, this was not that.
So, kind of like Hunger Games in the control room, them waiting for the animal to go after them.
Yeah, I'm just like...
Today.
So they finally get out, and then they blow up the thing in the back. Yay! Special effects. So then the computer says that the hab is okay for them to go back in. And so they get back in, and it says, go to sleep, and I'll assess the damage and let you know what has to be done tomorrow. So, in the morning, it tells the mission commander that...
Damage assessment.
The biodome is compromised. So, they need 2 teams. The first team is going to comprise of 4 people, and they need to go out and repair the outside of the biodome and make sure that it is fixed so that when they run the pressure test, that it holds up.
Okay.
So she assigns Portia and Lance and Richard and Marshawn.
All right, good bunch.
So they get into the little rover and they're driving it, and my sister goes, why don't they just walk around the corner? And I said, because they have ladders and stuff in the back of the thing. They're not going to carry that shit. So they drive over, and Marshawn and Richard's jobs literally are to just hold the ladders while Lance and Portia are climbing and taping the... So Ariel was chosen as the mission specialist.
Okay.
So she's telling them, okay, you need to get in the rover, you need to drive over here, use the ladders to tape the top portion that was busted, and then tape on the way down so that when the pressure tests, the tape will hold. Make sure that you don't have any gaps. So as she's saying this, Marshawn goes, shut up, Ariel! I'm tired of your talking. You shut the fuck up. And I was like, dude, she's doing her job.
Yeah.
Why are you being such a dick? Probably because he got kicked out of the commander suite. Ha ha ha. So they finish taping and they do the pressure test. and it holds up.
Yay!
So that puts Team 2 into action, and that's Ronda Rousey, Tom Schwartz, Adam Rippon, and Natasha Leggero.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to go into the biodome. Tom and Ronda have to go to the bio waste.
Okay.
And scoop out from the septic tank into a big old barrel bucket thing.
Yummy.
And it is not real waste. Congratulations to the production, because they apparently made it smell so bad that the entire time Natasha Leggero was just gagging. She's like, "Oh, I can't. Adam, I'd help you, but..." Yeah, the whole time. And there were little floats of corn, and somebody was saying, somebody's been eating a lot of hot dogs. And I'm like, you don't have whole hot dogs come out your poop. What are you talking about? It's so weird.
Well, they're mini dogs. You're eating them whole.
So Rhonda and Tom are just scooping. And then Natasha and Adam were pulling all the dead stuff out of the ground, out of the soil.
The beds.
Then the next part of the job was they had to take 94 cups of
specific number
waste and pour it along the beds.
Yay.
Yeah. And then they have to mix it with the soil. And then plant the potatoes that Natasha was cutting because she kept going, Adam, I can't. So again, she's all. So Adam's like, I don't care. So he's just, scooping and pouring. And she's like, can I do anything? Can I help with anything? And he's like, why don't you go cut those potatoes up so that we can plant them later? And she's like, okay. So she's over there cutting potatoes. And he's just pouring, and he gets all 94 cups. He gets it all done.
Yay!
So then they are mixing and planting, and she's still going, I got crap on my hand. Yeah, the whole time. So everybody's helping at this point. It's all four of them just, busting out. And they passed that mission with flying colors.
Yay!
So
good job, Commander.
Yay.
Good job.
Everybody gets into the airlock.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts calling people in. And Tom is not in the bottom 3. He's in the bottom 4, though. It's Natasha, Marshawn, and Richard. Yeah, the 2 football players and the comedian. And earlier in the show, Richard was saying that he was kind of in a funk because he was really missing his family.
Yeah.
And then when they're sitting there about to vote, Rhonda goes, I can't have either of... if Marshawn or Richard leave, they're my support group here. They're the only reasons that I made it this far. And it's because they work out with her and, I don't know, whatever. Tinashe and Ariel were talking, saying that Marshawn really didn't do anything. Well, neither did Richard. Both of them held the ladder. But again...
That's what they were assigned.
Right, so they did their task.
Job.
But Ariel was pointing out that any time that they have a mission, he doesn't really take it seriously.
That's fair.
He's not really a team player. He tends to just...
do it his own way.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Hence the last challenge where he was like, I ain't going down there. When actually he needed to go down there. But,
correct.
Well, Richard basically said, look, I'm going to go home. And let these other 2, because I miss my family, blah, blah, blah. So he leaves, and the other 2 come in, and again, Ariel and Tinashe were talking, and she's like, It looks like it's becoming more of a social game rather than a challenge game. And Tinashe said, yeah, I'm here to win challenges. And they seem to be basing their votes on who they like more. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that goes. I think next week it looks like they have to go into a cave. And I would not give a flamethrower to any of these morons. But there's a flamethrower involved, like they're killing some kind of alien. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared.
Scarred.
I'm scarred.
Oh, boy. Sounds like it was an eventful, though, time, especially with everything that they had to do.
For some reason, Portia thought that the little robot dog was howling in the middle of the night in the girls' sleeping area.
Yep.
And Ariel's like, I don't know what you're talking about. None of us heard a dog. And she's like, oh, but I heard it. It was howling. And they're like,
She going cuckoo for Cocoa
That's
Puffs?
what, yeah, I think she's going a loopy.
Either that or
Space crazy. Except they're not really in space.
That's what I was getting at.
So just crazy.
That's what I was getting at. Since it's not really in space, quote unquote. What if she actually heard one of the coyotes or something like that? Australia's got coyotes, right?
No, I think they're called dangos.
Dangos.
The dangos ate my baby. But I think the crew, production would have kept them, you know.
Well, I know it kept them safe and stuff, but it wouldn't stop from maybe hearing a howl or two. It could have just, and she could have actually heard that. Maybe she was thinking it was the robot dog.
I don't know. There's not a lot there. Did you know that most of the people that live in Coober Pedy live underground? Like mole people. Mm-hmm.
That's creepy.
They harvest.
Okay,
dig.
saying harvest makes it even worse.
Well, I don't know what mine. They mine opals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still creepy.
There was a show called Adventure Crazy with Phil Kogan, who now does, Amazing Race, that I used to watch. And he went to the town of Coober Pedy, and they played golf. The thing is, they only have one ball, and you have to do it, like, really, really early in the morning, because it gets hot. Played a round of golf, which was just, a couple guys hitting a ball. And then they went into, like, people's houses, which are, like I said, underground. They're like, they live in caves.
A little creepy.
To keep them safe from the hot and the cold.
It's understandable. It still makes it creepy sounding.
I didn't say it didn't.
The little mole people. Or should I say the little opal people?
Well, it's not like they're crawling on their hands and feet. They're walking fully erect into their cave homes.
Yeah, pray to God there's not like an earthquake.
I don't think are there earthquakes?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, there we go. So the other thing was we watched this season on Crime Scene Kitchen. They have home bakers versus trained chefs. So they have the group of home bakers, and they're competing against each other to get down to the final 3. And then the professional chefs, same thing. And then when they have 3 for each, then they'll merge and then they'll take on each other.
Oh, da da da. Just like Iron Chef. So you were telling me about that show, and like telling about like Crime Scene Kitchen, like they had to figure out what they cooked.
Yes, you go, each team gets like 2 minutes, and they go in, and you have to look for all the clues. So there could be pan in the drying rack, you look in the dishwasher, you look in the sink. If there's a purse, you look in the purse, you look in the pockets if there's a jacket, because there could be a card, like these people didn't realize. It says, I'm allergic to nuts. Please don't feed me anything with nuts. And everybody thought that the dessert was a like a macaron,
Mm-hmm.
which has almond flour in it. So had you seen that clue, you would know
It's not it.
it's not, yeah. And then you check the garbage.
Fun.
When you look in the spice racks and you see if any have been used. You look at the liquor, any bottles opened. If somebody has like graham crackers out, you look in the refrigerator and you see, like, if you have different boxes of fruit, don't just assume that fruit was used. You have to see and if there is some missing.
Smart.
So a lot of people were like, oh, well, there's blueberries and strawberries in here, so it must be a fruit tart. But you could only blueberries were used because
There was only so much left or whatever, yeah.
So, and then you look at, like the spoons, there was some choux pastry.
Mm-hmm.
So then you knew, oh, okay, well, they're making something like an eclair or a croquembouche, something with a puff pastry.
Yep.
So, and then they'll taste stuff, and then...
Hopefully not out of the trash can.
No. Then they go back to their little area and discuss what they're going to make, and they have however many minutes to make it, and then you present it to the judge, which is, one is some cake lady, I don't know, and the other is Curtis Stone. I know him because he's a chef.
Okay.
And so they'll taste it, and if it tastes good, they'll go, oh yeah, this tastes good. If your dessert is what's behind the,
Door number 1.
What do they call it? The something-inator. Dessertinator, I don't remember. The thing that comes up.
The creator.
If that is what matches, then you're good. So everybody presents theirs, and then the thing pops up, and ta-da, it's a whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that matched what that dessert was
1
are safe, yes.
Okay.
And then the people that are furthest away and didn't taste good, they get eliminated.
Elimination.
Eliminated.
So that sounds cool.
There were these, in the first episode of the Home Bakers, there were these 2 girls. They found all the clues like everybody else did, but when they checked the blender,
Mixer, blender.
They smelled salt.
You can smell salt?
Yeah. And she tasted a little bit of it, and she's like, that's saltines. So somebody used saltines. And it was this, something called an Atlantic pie, where it uses a saltine base, like you would a graham cracker.
Yeah. Your crackers, your
Yes.
saltine crackers.
No, you ground them up like you would graham cracker.
Oh, okay.
And put it, and that's your base. And
Put
then
some butter on it and smash it on down.
And then it's lemon and lime, you use citrus, like custard. They were the only ones that got that. They were like, saltines, what? But yeah.
Okay, no offense, because I'd be doing that too, because I'd be going, what the heck are they making? Are they making like a chicken pot pie with crackers instead of pastry?
Ew.
Hey, they can make a stew pie.
It's dessert. It's not savory.
Okay, then they're safe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd still be going on in my head, what the heck are you going to eat? Saltines, I would think maybe some peanut butter on there or something.
Plus, they also have clues, like they'll have like recipe cards, and then,
without what the recipe is, obviously.
Yeah, it has the recipe.
Well, like the name of the recipe is what I'm saying. Yeah,
and it'll have like a little sticky. What brownies can I make? And the girls figured out what ingredients were there and matched those to the recipe cards.
See, I like that. I think I might have to watch that.
You can see season 1 on Hulu.
Okay.
And you can catch up on episodes on Hulu also.
Okay, so that is on Hulu.
Yes.
By the way, we are not affiliated, once again, with any shows whatsoever at all. It's just us chit-chatting, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, that's definitely something up my alley, because I love
crime scene,
serial killers, podcasts and shows and documentaries and stuff like that. I'm a freak when it comes to that stuff. I love listening to it. Fiance thinks I'm weird, but it does creep me out. I'm not gonna lie, because especially when you got the AirPods in and you're listening to it, and they got the little music suspense while they're podcasting. I'll give you one for example: Solve Murders, which is on podcast too. I'll be listening to it and I'm getting into it. The next thing you know, I have a hand on my shoulder, and the next thing you know, there goes the pot.
Ding dong.
I can't help it. It's all this suspense, and you're like, oh my God, who did it? Was it him? It had to be. Oh, it's not? What? That's me.
Maybe not do it on AirPods. Maybe you need...
Oh, I've done it on speaker too. And oh yeah. Uncle Lewis got me one time. I was cleaning my makeup drawer out or whatever and listening to it, and it was like I was all by myself in the house, and I think that's what scared me. Was I wasn't expecting somebody in there, and he came around the corner, I was like, hey, what?
Hey, wait a minute, if you were by yourself, did he just walk in your house?
Well, he was getting off work. I didn't realize what time it was. He was my roommate then.
Oh.
But yes, no, that happens quite a bit.
Because Chelsea doesn't pay attention.
I can't help it. I love that stuff. And I always tell the fiance, I always say it like this: look, you don't want to mess with me. I listen to podcasts about serial killers, death, and how they get rid of bodies and stuff. I watch the documentaries on all this crap. I could get away with it. Not really,
because the ones
but
that
still
you listen to are the ones that got caught.
Yeah, so I know how not to get caught.
Nobody's not got caught yet.
Exactly. Dude, I could be the Zodiac. Yeah. Mic drop. No, I'm not. Obviously, I'm not old enough for that. But look at his page. Still nobody caught him. I love that stuff. This right here would be perfect for somebody that likes that type of stuff, but maybe doesn't like listening to it at night. They could watch that.
The thing is, you're either a good baker, but you can't get sleuthy clue
person.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you need a person on your team that may not be good at baking, but good at taking instructions and is good at investigations.
Because some of these people were way off.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, the cooks will look at each other as they bring their presentation by towards the judge's thing, and then of course they'll whisper and they'll be like, I didn't see any cocoa powder. What do they have cocoa powder? Why is it chocolate? Things like that. So obviously some people are better guessers than others.
Definitely someone that's borderline OCD or ADHD that could catch that stuff that normal people wouldn't.
Yeah, dig through everything.
Obviously good shows.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I did not get to go watch The Flash past weekend like I told you I was going to.
Well, I said we were going to too, but we didn't because, life, and it was hot.
Yes, life, and
it was hot.
And people left without us, and there was no more tickets, and all this other stuff. So, it's fine, whatever. But this weekend, we are going to try and go see Barbie, because, I talked to you about it. It came out. It's out.
It's out
tonight.
Out.
Yeah, tonight.
No, it comes out in July. Unless they have an advance, I'm going to smack you.
I'm pretty sure it's tonight.
Yeah, well, while you're...
I done gone oh, there it is.
While you're doing that, I will tell you about a very bizarre show on Amazon Prime, because I was watching Endeavor because it's the last season on PBS.
Dang it!
Suck! Angie is right. Oh, Angie is right.
Angie sucks.
I told you, it doesn't come out until...
Well, it said the tickets were available.
Well, so are the tickets for Mission Impossible. But it doesn't come out until, the some 20-something, 17th.
Okay, so then I may need to edit and ask if the kids want to see Elemental or The Flash. Maybe I can try it again.
Okay, so there's a show on Amazon Prime. It's called Deadloch. Loch, like a Scottish lake. So the town is called Deadloch.
Okay.
It's in Tasmania, which is south of Australia, in case you didn't know. Okay.
I got that.
So.
We're again down under.
Down under. So Sergeant Constable Dulcie Collins catches a murder. But she has to wait for a detective inspector from Darwin to come take over the case because she's not allowed to investigate them because she's not a detective.
Okay, you're going to get mad at me for squirreling. I have not heard the word Darwin, that name, in a very, very long time. Can you guess the show?
Sequest DSV.
What the crap?
Or The Adventures of Gumball.
That too.
Those are the only two that I know. Darwin. Did you never see Sequest?
Darwin was also the monkey in the Wild Thornberries.
Oh, I never watched
it. 90s nostalgia.
Darwin was the fish on
Gumball,
The Adventures of
Gumball.
Yeah. So anyway, dork.
Yep, sorry. Back to...
Okay, so Eddie Redcliffe is the name of the detective that's coming down to investigate this murder.
Going to investigate.
So the murder is... The town is in the middle of the Deadloch Winter Festival when a local football coach, Trent Latham, is found dead on the beach. And he's like buck naked.
What?
Yeah. And they only know that it's Trent because he has his name tattooed. Who puts their name on there? I don't know. Basically, all the stereotypes that you have ever heard about lesbians.
Okay.
You find in Eddie Redcliffe. She is very brusque, very manly, just bizarre. And she, in the show, is straight. And the normal one, which is Dulcie Collins, the functioning sergeant, that is actually working to solve this crime.
Solve the crime.
Is the full-on lesbian.
Okay.
So, it's a comedy. It's a dark comedy. But I got kind of hooked in the first episode because, first of all, it's so absurd that it's funny, that you laugh.
Okay.
And then you get caught because you're like, well, I wonder who did it. So now I'm stuck in this mystery. I need to know who did it. Because the person that we thought did it
didn't do it.
Showed up on the beach 3 days later, and they couldn't have done it because they're like all mummified, like they've been dead a while. Yeah. So it's really good. I like it. It's funny.
Interesting enough.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's going to be a good little show. You going to continue watching it?
Mm-hmm.
Got to investigate and see what's going on?
Yeah, I think there are maybe 2 or 3 more episodes left.
All right. Well, I guess we'll have to find out next week what happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Got a lot of little sayings going on today. A little music.
I'm trying to think, is there anything else coming out in a little while?
Movie-wise, yeah. We've kind of talked about that a little bit. The coming soon. Indiana Jones is coming up next week, right? So, Indiana Jones, though, comes out the 29th of this month. Yep, for 4th of July weekend. That'll have good box office.
Let's see. The Witcher comes out
yes.
on the 29th, and that is the first part. And then Jack Ryan comes out the 30th. Again, I still have 2 episodes to watch. Because, yeah, we fell asleep those last 2 episodes. We'll fix that. We'll fix that.
There was a trailer that I saw for a movie called Strays.
Oh yeah, why don't you make me mad?
I know it'll make you mad. It's got Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx as the voiceover.
That's fine. I'm just tired of people dumping dogs.
I know.
Dumping cats.
But
stop dumping dogs and cats.
Now I will say, oh, you know what else came out? I haven't got to watch it yet. Outlander. I know I told you about that. Look,
did you ever watch Dungeons and Dragons? You didn't, did you?
I got halfway through. I haven't got to finish.
How do you only get halfway? It's not a very long movie.
We lost internet and I never got back on.
You're full of shit.
I did. We were watching it actually at the lake house.
Blah, blah, blah.
But I did finish. So you'll get on to me for this. We were watching Air, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were watching it this weekend. And of course, you know, internet out there sucks, okay? I'm just saying it right now, it sucks. So we finished it in the car on the way back to town.
That's why you're supposed to download it onto your device.
And then stream it up to the TV?
Yes.
Okay, did you hear that word, stream it up? Gotta have Wi-Fi.
Well, I can't help you. And you probably didn't even get to the part with the fat dragon, did you? No.
I'll get there. I'll finish it this weekend.
Shitty.
I know. I'll finish it. I'll finish it this weekend.
Yeah.
But I will say that
get me a new podcast partner, because somebody be shitting movies over here.
Look at her. Freaking rude. But I will say this, though. Watching the Air movie, I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. It was kind of interesting. Like I said, I was telling you about, if all of that is true, like, legit, that's a lot of stuff I didn't know about. And it's really cool. And I like the fact of what his mom did for him for the franchise.
Ben Affleck just threw me off in the movie.
You too? Okay, so
I didn't have a problem with Matt Damon, Jason Bateman, Chris Tucker. Everybody was fine, and then they show Ben Affleck as the CEO of Nike, and I just can't.
Okay, so
he's got some weird fro thing going on.
Yes. What the heck is on your head?
Yeah, I just couldn't.
I mean, I get the era. And the time frame of it.
I just couldn't. I can't.
And then he's busy talking about his purple car. You know, they had to do so much work to make sure to get that color just right.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
I'm like, I feel like you shouldn't have been a part of it.
His hair.
The hair, the way he was talking and stuff like that, you didn't need to be in it.
Yeah, there's some roles that you, like on The Town.
Yes.
I did not see Ben Affleck. I saw that character, blah, blah, blah. This, I could not get out of, that's Ben Affleck. That looks weird like Ben Affleck. And I just couldn't. I mean, the movie's good.
Yes, the movie was great.
And luckily, he's only in a smidgeon of it.
Yes, showing up late to the meeting. Oh, sorry, I was busy, blah, 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 blah. Dude, shut up and just sit down, please.
Yep.
For the love of God, just sit down and not talk. Just don't talk. Like I said, great movie. Everything else. I'm glad I waited till it came out to watch versus watching it in the theater. It was good, but I don't think it was good enough to watch in the theater.
Right, you don't want to pay for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I did, because it was on
Prime. See, now, I paid for Dungeons and Dragons, and I loved it. And somebody can't even bother to watch it when they don't have to pay for it. I'm looking at you.
Hey, I will tell you this. I forgot. I watched Jury Duty.
Finally. Oh, my God.
I enjoyed it. It was very cute. I cried at the end.
Me too.
I was like, okay, Angie prepared me for this. I was ready for it. Damn it. Why? Yeah. It's happy tears.
Tell me the chair pants didn't make you laugh. I was like,
dude, all I could think is Sheldon and Best Pants.
I was like, this is so bizarre.
So, yeah, I'm catching up. It's just taking me a little while. I'm trying to see what else. There was some other stuff. I know Fast 10 showed up, but I'm still not ready yet for it because it says rent or buy, and I'm not ready to do that one. I'll wait a little bit longer.
Until it's free!
Exactly.
I will say that Secret Invasion started on Disney Plus, and the first episode we need to discuss when you watch it because I am confuzzled. And I'm hoping they explain what happened between the time that the Skrulls took off with Captain Marvel at the end of her movie.
Right.
And now, because I am confuzzled.
So that was the other 2 movies I saw on my Amazon that I was actually kind of curious about. I knew that would be something you would probably watch.
I am not going to watch The Pope's Exorcist.
Look freaking creepy.
Those things, when it involves exorcisms, I don't watch those. Now, Insidious, the door thing, yes. The red door.
Yeah.
What's that?
This one right here, Invention to a Murder.
Invitation to a murder.
I said invention.
Ah!
My brain's not here. It sounds very, very interesting, and I mean, it's got 4.5, almost 5 stars. So I put that on my lucky list.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely want to do that, but trying to see if there was anything new that was coming out.
That looks like it's all for this week.
Yes. That's all for this week, I guess, now.
It's a beautiful day in our podcast land. It's time to say goodbye in our podcast land. Toodle noodles.
Until again, we find out the next episode of Stars on Mars. Do it. Because you didn't do them,
Stars on Mars. Stars on Mars.
There you go.
Yeah.
Look, I was waiting for that the whole podcast, okay? I finally got it. She didn't do it.
Well, you can't. They can't see me do my little robot.
Yeah, but you did the song too. You can still. I can envision you doing the dance.
Beep boop.
Every time I listen to it, because the fiance and then they listen to our podcast after the fact.
By the way, but on the next podcast, get ready for instructions on how to vote for my cat. Yes! Woo! Excited! So excited! So excited! My cat is gonna win!
Da 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 da!
We love Natsu!
Yeah!
Natsu! Natsu! Yeah! Natsu! Natsu! Yeah! Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, so that was our podcast for this week.
Until next time, we'll chat with you guys later.
Bye-bye. Welcome to Amusings with Chelsea and Angie.
I'm Chelsea.
I'm Angie.